Hello everyone, Nadia here with Inner Journey Astrology. So good to be here with you today. I'm finally back. It's been quite some time since I've shared a video here with all of you in this way, so I'm excited to be back. And yes, today I'm going to be diving into the energy surrounding the upcoming new moon in Libra, which takes place tomorrow actually. That's Friday the 16th of October, taking place at approximately 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, for those of you who are curious about that. So thank you so much for being here, so much for tuning in, for joining me again. So happy to be back with you. And yes, I've been intending to do this video for some time, and just the timing wasn't quite working out. And so today it's worked out perfectly, and I think that's auspicious, as tomorrow is actually the new moon. So the energy that's coming through should be and feel really relevant, hopefully. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. So this new moon in Libra actually initiates the first full lunar cycle of the autumn season. We've been in a lunar cycle that has taken place for some of autumn, but that new moon, that last new moon that we experienced in Virgo, actually was still a little bit in the summer season. It wasn't quite autumn yet. So this will actually be the first full lunar cycle of autumn. And a lot of us have likely been in a period of transition over the last several weeks, probably moving from summer into fall or to autumn for many of us. So there's probably been a lot going on and taking place. We've been in Libra season for several weeks now too. So now we're finally having this new moon in Libra. And Libra, for those of you who are not aware, is very much about balance. Balance is probably one of the biggest energies that I personally pick up on when it comes to the energy of Libra. Not only balance in our outer world, but balance in our inner world. And when we're more balanced within, we usually tend to experience more balance in our outer reality as well. So during this new moon, as new moons are times or a period to also go within, to slow down, to fully release anything that we no longer need to bring with us into the new lunar cycle, anything we don't want to bring with us. It's a time to let go of that. Time also for setting intentions. Setting intentions is a really big thing with the new moon as we move into a new lunar cycle, and focusing on what we want to create, what we want to experience, what we're desiring during this time, what's feeling really aligned. So as we go within during this new moon period that we're about to experience, think about where you're feeling balanced, where you're not feeling balanced, both in your inner reality and inner landscape, and also outside of yourself in your outer reality. And so just start to notice maybe where you can create some shifts in order to bring more balance into your experience, to feel more balanced in your everyday life. Notice maybe where you haven't been feeling balanced recently. Hopefully maybe during this Libra season, you've already been working with the energy of balance and making the shifts necessary to experience greater balance. But now that we're having this new moon and we're setting intentions, it's really important to focus on balance and where anything still might need to shift in order to experience that more fully and in more of a way that we want to in our lives. Libra is also very much about harmony, which I think relates to balance. The more balance that we experience and create in our lives, usually the more harmonious everything feels. So those kind of go hand in hand, at least in my opinion. Also appreciation and beauty. Libra really appreciates the natural world, natural beauty, aesthetics, things that just look and feel pleasing. Libra definitely has an appreciation for that. So maybe focusing on what you can appreciate in your life right now, anything that has manifested or come to fruition over the summer season. Maybe also just getting out into the natural world outside and taking in the beauty you are able to experience in that way, and just really slowing down enough in order to fully appreciate it. And doing that also usually tends to create more balance. So when we feel connected and in harmony with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, usually we tend to feel more at peace, more balanced, and more harmonious as well. So that's something I also suggest. And I think that's also really helpful connecting to the earth during this time, because Libra does not provide a lot of grounding energy. It's an air element. So with the sun still being in Libra and now the moon appearing in Libra, some of that grounding energy may be lacking. So if you are able to get outside and connect with nature, connect with the earth, connect even with your physical body, those things might really assist you during this time and help you feel more grounded. So that's also something I might suggest if that resonates with you. Libra also has a very strong focus on love, connection, relationships. Not only the relationships that we are experiencing with other people, but also the relationship we have with ourselves is really important to focus on during this time, especially with it being a new moon and a period to go within and connect more with our inner being and our intuition. It's really important not to solely focus on those outer relationships right now, but to take the time and create the space to focus on that most important relationship, which is the relationship you have with yourself. So I highly encourage that as well. Things that feel good, self-love, self-care, really just doing what you need to do for you, doing what feels good, creating that space, shutting out the outside world and those distractions. Sometimes Libra can be really tempted to focus more on the outer aspects and the outer reality and the outside relationships, but during this new moon, I especially encourage you to kind of bring that all back in and to focus on your inner being and your own personal well-being and the love for you that you have for yourself and self-care. So those are also really big themes that are coming up during this new moon. So just taking all of that together, the balance, the harmony, the appreciation, bringing in some grounding energy where you're able to focusing on that relationship with yourself and self-love and self-care. Those are really big things coming up right now during this new moon. So those are some of my insights and interpretations. I'm probably going to leave it mostly at that for now. So as always, like I say, take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah, it's just so good to be back with all of you. I hope you've all been doing well. If you're completely new here and have never watched one of these videos that I share before, then welcome. And thank you so much for watching. And if you're wanting to dive a little bit deeper with the energy of this new moon, there is actually still time to order one of my new and full moon e-workbooks. And so that will actually assist you to connect more with your own inner being, your intuition as it relates to this new moon. It's definitely just a tool. It's not something that tells you what to do or how you should feel, but it's just a way for you to create space for yourselves in a more structured way using that workbook, something physical that incorporates some reading and some writing and just taking anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes to really just tune into your own energy and the energy of the moon and really seeing what comes through when you do that using some of the tools that I provide in that workbook. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to check out the link that I've shared below to my website. And once you go there from the menu, you can use the drop-down menu and select Moon Workbooks, and you can learn more about those workbooks there. I have one-time copies available and 3-month subscriptions. So take a peek at that if that interests you or if you feel called to do that. And yes, I hope you're all doing so well. As I said, really be easy with yourselves, create the space that you need for yourselves during this new moon. Don't be afraid to really just be a little selfish and, really tune into what you're needing and create that space for self-care and self-love. So thank you again so much for being here, for tuning in. I'm sending you so much light, so much love as always, and wishing you abundant new moon blessings. So take care, friends.